What's up? It's your boy D Change coming at you with another Daily Dave. It's Thursday, March 26th, 2020. And today's COVID-19 update is America #1. We did it. Don't let anyone ever tell you you're not #1. USA surpasses China in total confirmed cases. Almost 1,300 deaths already. Jeez, what's the comparison? Oh, wow. Something, but the numbers, can you trust them? I mean, at this point, we're probably these numbers will go up, and it's not gonna be pretty. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. But what I did hear is, I think California's measures and shelter in place have been effective. We are beginning to flatten the curve. This stuff takes time. Do not expect an Easter release, or I guess let's just not hope for one, because gotta keep this under control. Today I saw some really funny TikToks. I don't know if these are, one of them's coronavirus related. One of them I don't know. I'm just gonna post the links. I don't want to spoil them. I don't want to do a watch party thing. Not quite yet. Maybe when I'm extremely thirsty for views and super lazy for content. Though to be honest, this is lazy anyway. I just talk into a microphone. I don't even edit it. So, and there's also a video that was kind of circulating today from Now This. And police in India are using violent force on citizens who defy the coronavirus lockdown. And it's funny because a lot of time it's just like someone's spanking someone off a motorcycle, and then they're using these thin sticks to kind of whack people and be like, hey, come on. And then some of the comments are police brutality, fascism. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of ironic. It's kind of mild. It's yeah, it's kind of, don't hit, why are you hitting me? But at the same time, they got to keep things under wraps, or they gotta enforce some rules. That's what's going on. Though there's at the end you'll see, spoiler, a photograph of the Philippines where they instated a curfew, and for people violating it, they put them in a dog cage. So that person's under investigation. But yeah, so that's interesting. Not a whole lot to talk about today. I was actually, so what I thought about was TikTok, right? TikTok is interesting because, okay, so I think it's here in the English speaking world, it's called TikTok. I don't know about either other parts of Asia. It probably is TikTok everywhere else besides China. So in China, it's called Douyin, as in what was Do? Shoot. Something sound, something music. Actually, I should look that up. I should have that prepared. But TikTok is a Chinese video sharing social networking service owned by ByteDance, a Beijing-based company founded in 2012 by Zhang Yiming. It is used to create short dance lip sync comedy. Yeah, it was launched in 2017 outside of China. Oh, Douyin? Oh, okay. What does this mean, though? Is it moving video? Oh, that's my guess. Tremolo. Google Translate, please. This is not what I was looking for.
抖音 Tremolo
I don't know what that means. What? Anyway, yeah, so TikTok to me is, vibrating sound. It says on the Wikipedia. That explains why the logo is actually the blue, red, 3D, and and also why whenever you see when you see the images or videos that are branded with TikTok or Douyin, it's it's shaking like an angry bee. What I was gonna say about it is this Douyin TikTok reminds me of Vine, if you guys remember that. Vine was the whole like 6 second video thing. It's actually what launched Logan Paul and Jake Paul's careers. It actually brought a bunch of interesting YouTubers into the YouTube front because Vine was its own thing, and there's a certain amount of creativity with like only using 6 seconds. It became really obvious that like no one actually filmed in Vine natively. They would like film stuff and then edit it into 6 second clips and then throw it up onto Vine. But like the fact that it was a phone app and that everyone has their phone made it really like easy to just kind of get into it and consume it. And it was super interesting. It was owned by Twitter, right? Or did they acquire it? So Vine was an American short form video hosting service where users shared 6 second long looping video clips. It was founded in 2012, June 2012. Okay, American microblogging website Twitter acquired it in October 2012. Wow, that's really quick. And then it launched on January 24th, 2013. Oh, okay, so they already they knew it was in the works and they were like, this is going to be the next big thing. The sad thing is that I guess it just didn't make money. Though, to be honest, I don't even know how Twitter makes money. So I don't know how they would get Vine to make money. So they had to shutter it. And that was like the end of an era, so to speak. Like, it was half good riddance, but half like, man, that's kind of sad. Because the funny thing is, you can literally make a 6 second video right now and then just post it. But I guess no one actually does that. So yeah, it was an interesting niche that kind of disappeared, and then the overflow of the Vine creators created a new era of YouTube, basically the ADHD era of YouTube. And then YouTube's response to that was, let's penalize super quick videos and, make people watch longer. But it's also because that's how you got more ads into a video. Gotta appease the advertisers, because that's where their revenue comes from, right? So Twitter makes money from ads too, but not nearly as much as a platform like YouTube. So that was like an era of this kind of like this specific type of video media. And so I honestly feel like TikTok is like the spiritual successor to that. From what I hear, and it sucks because I don't actually use it, but TikTok here in North America is kind of like, my friend finds it really strange. I've seen some, like I was saying earlier, I've seen some good ones, but what I guess what I found interesting was in Asia, since it originated in China and then it actually did pick up a lot of steam in Japan, and I'm merely assuming, but other places as well, like that the Vietnamese "Wash Your Hands" song is on TikTok as well. But yeah, like TikTok kind of has this like interactive element of like, let's play songs and then like lip sync to them, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but I think it makes it really easy for people to do that, so they do it. And there's that one video I remember of this, like, there's this one chick in a car and she's filming a TikTok, like she's singing something, and then a lady, like the lady that's filming her from another car, is like laughing at her, and then she realizes that she caught her filming a TikTok, and then she just looks so like embarrassed and dejected. It was really funny. And like the funny thing is, like the lady who caught her posted it on TikTok, and then the chick who like was recording the TikTok posted her like how it looks from her point of view. So it was all in good fun in the end. But yeah, but that's just funny. That's just one of those like interesting internet moments. So yeah, TikTok is interesting because I think it's been growing really quickly, and it was already a huge thing in China. I've seen a lot of interesting creative TikToks or Douyins. I don't know what you're supposed to call them. My favorite being there's like a specific verse, or it's part of the chorus of this pop singer. I don't think he's like super famous, because I've tried looking him up, and well, the problem is I don't like, my Chinese is so rudimentary that like I can't really surf the Chinese internet. But his name is Liu Jia, and he made a song called "爱的就是你," and I really like that song. And in the chorus, there's like this kind of a rap that he does, and the Douyin or the TikTok is couples have to do this dance. Like, it's not even a dance. It's like an upper body dance, because they're all sitting, but it's all hand motions and stuff like that. And it's really cool, really simple, and you see couples of like all ages and friends and stuff like that all joining along. And it was really cool. I remember seeing this compilation video a long time ago, and I remember there's this one specific couple that I really liked. I thought the girl was super cute, but it was cool that both like the girl and the guy were like pretty good at it. And then like I think I eventually found their like Weibo and stuff like that, and like they've been doing stuff like this for a long time, and they're like really good at it. I think they're married now. So anyway, but that's like, it was like cool, because I was like, wow, look at all this stuff that exists out there. And I've also seen TikToks that have been shared on Twitter from like people who are either like much more in touch with like what's going on in Chinese like pop culture and social media and all that. And it's like really, I want to say it's like reassuring / like it's really piqued my curiosity, because this whole time living, especially in like the States, there is very clearly like not a good relationship right now between the US and China, or it's I don't know, it's very complicated, right? So there's not a lot of that like sharing of cultural exchange, so to speak, to use like broad terms. And so to finally see stuff like that, where you're basically seeing like the Gen Z and the millennials of China just come up with this stuff and like these movements and memes and all that stuff that, you know, you would expect from, say, the US, Canada, UK, Australia, basically the Anglosphere / Western world. I thought that was really cool to finally see stuff like that. Because again, it just feels like, you know, that's why would an English speaker ever have any interest in like, you know, another language spheres, like, I don't know, pop culture / influence. And that's such a like American thing to think. That's a stereotypically American thing to think. I remember that's like a slight jab that I feel like my European coworkers would always give me, because it's just like, oh, it's so American to like think only in like American terms, you know. Of course, you know, it's like, hey, now I'm curious, like I would like to learn more, etc. But I remember that was like pretty cool. That was a good revelation for me. And so to see TikTok like explode now into this thing is really interesting. Now, of course, there's valid reasons to be concerned. If you are a hardcore privacy advocate, which I wouldn't say I am, but like, you know, I like the ideals. I am a little conflicted about, I guess, the practicality of it, or like, you know, do we change how we see it based on certain circumstances? You know, it's kind of like the argument between absolute and relative morality, right? Because if you have absolute morality, then you have something to be grounded in. But if you have relative morality, and an argument against it tends to be, oh, you just move the goalposts based on what's convenient for you, right? And you don't stand for actual principles, so to speak. But I do believe that it's okay to change your mind. But yeah, if you subscribe to a religion or something like that, and there's some sort of moral absolution in it, and you're faithful to your faith, then like you're supposed to stick to it. So I don't know. That's a difficult one for me. But so to get into the whole privacy problem, TikTok, because it is the international, not subsidiary, but the international facing version of Douyin, and then Douyin is such a like it's part of such a like large Chinese company. Like basically, the Chinese government has access to their data, and by proxy, they have access to like your data if you're on TikTok. And so if you're worried about that, then understandably, like you shouldn't use it. And there's plenty of people who are like, I'll never use this because of that reason. Um, and you can kind of have that conversation or that discussion of like, well, what's the difference between the Chinese government having my data and like the U.S. government having my data, or in my opinion, it's like Five Eyes, right? The whole like U.S., Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand alliance. I want to say that those are the Five Eyes, but there's multiple groups of them. There's like the closest information sharing countries are the U.S. and Canada, and then it's like you bring the UK in and you get Three Eyes, and then bring in Australia, and I'm pretty sure New Zealand, and you get five, and then like the 7 and 9 is like trying to bring in like Japan and like South Korea, or some of the other, or Germany, some of the other European countries. Anyway, that that tends to be an argument of like political affiliation, right? Or like nationalism or something like that. Whereas if you're talking like morality, um, there's still an argument to be made. Like you should lean one way or another, depending on how you see things or who you are, I guess. But yeah, so if you're just not a fan of a foreign government having your having your information, which I think in all practicality, not that big of a deal. But I guess if you're talking like long run and like possibilities and potential, yeah, like stuff like political movements, or I hate to use the phrase freedom of speech, because I feel like that's like twisted all the time now to mean something it's not supposed to mean. But yeah, basically political dissidence is like the main reason why people would want to abstain from certain companies, certain communication platforms, and even entire internet networks. Like the whole criticism of Huawei is supposed to be about their equipment having backdoors, right? Backdoors to the Chinese government, and yeah, like if they can intercept, uh, you know, sensitive data, then whoa, like the information wars are the next frontier anyway. But at the same time, like, do you really think the US is not doing that? Or like Canada is not, or the UK is not? And it just really depends on if you're okay with it or not, right? I would rather have a blanket policy of like no, but then I'm on Facebook, and Facebook, Google, Amazon, Apple all cooperate with the US government. So, so this gets into like Edward Snowden territory, where it's like, am I gonna disappear to Russia? No, I was kidding. That's another thing that I find really interesting, is an argument of like, oh, like, if I say these bad things, these countries will come after me. It's only if you're like really, you know, trying to launch an actual movement. And let's be real here, most people are not that politically active. We're not like actually having a revolution on the ground here. I mean, we're having the worst economic social situation in like recent history right now. And I mean, I guess it's not safe to have a revolution. It's not safe to gather and demonstrate right now. But it's something to look out for. Look out for sneaky Congress sneaking in extra provisions and interesting laws. So anyway, way kind of went all over the place, but I just wanted to say that it's interesting to see like the evolution of I guess short form media on the internet. Because before this, if before things went viral through social networks, it was very much a case of like someone makes a video, and it's like all pixelated, and they share it via email or something like that, or everyone knows of like a website URL that they have to look for. Man, back before search engines like became really good, like you would have to memorize website addresses so you could go there all the time. That's something I don't miss that much, to be honest. I'm still a stickler for like knowing website URLs, like for my most visited sites, but I definitely see myself going to google.com and just like, or opening up a tab and just like straight up searching for it now instead of actually typing, www dot something 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 dot com, org, net, etc. So think like it's nice to look back, like the whole social media chat thing, monologue slash conversation. Um, it like helps me reminisce about kind of like stuff like this. Like look at how far we've gone, so to speak. I mean, it's funny because like as a people, or as especially as people who grew up with the internet, like we like to make that joke that like the internet was a mistake because of all the bad things that are happening now, or the increased awareness of it. But the reality is especially in terms of like an information gathering tool, it's far and above, it's actually a net positive in my opinion. You might not agree because yeah, there's a lot of garbage out there, to be fair, but it doesn't mean you have to look at it, right? But it's true that like your environment is influential, so you don't want to see garbage everywhere, and that does require taking a very active role in how you use the internet. So that just goes back to the principle of self-responsibility, or like self-accountability, personal responsibility. There we go. Let's just leave it at that, right? So it's your choice whether you want to how you surf the internet anyway. Like I get that content gets served to you a certain way, and then there's certain things you can't control, but there's a lot you can control, and that's what matters. So just like how you can control how much news you consume or social media you consume, and yeah, so sometimes taking a break from all the wildness of the 24/7 news media cycle has that's really good. Taking a break off social media, that tends to help recharge the batteries. And yeah, sometimes you just want to go dive into a rabbit hole of like cute cat pictures. Very cool, so yeah, just an observation, just a thought. Good to see. Interesting stuff. What the heck? Okay, so I'm looking at the TikTok Wikipedia page, and the size on iOS is 308.3 megabytes, and on Android it's 55.21. Like, why is there such a discrepancy? And don't tell me it's because iOS has like a higher quality app or something. That might be it. It's kind of messed up, or they like package stuff with it. It's crazy. Or maybe it's just because of how it's written. There's two different programming languages. I don't know. It just seems kind of crazy that one is like so much bigger than the other. Anyway, just quickly saw that. Yeah, hope you're enjoying your social distancing or your physical distancing. Doesn't mean you have to be socially isolated. Physical isolation only. Keeping clean. Hope you're hope those hygiene habits are up to snuff, and I hope you and your loved ones are all healthy and safe. And if not, keep your thoughts with them, and keep your thoughts with basically everyone who's on the ground, who's got to keep this country running, or this world running, while the rest of us are trying to do trying to do a small part combined. I was trying to articulate that in a way where it felt like everyone has a small part. When you put it all together, it's like a big change, something like that. I'm way too tired to be doing this right now. I should really record these in like the mornings or like during a lunch break instead of waiting till the end of the day. So anyway, this was today's Daily Dave. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, let me know in the comments. Always remember to hit that like button, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell. Just kidding if you're on Facebook. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. Peace out.